I'm Hugh Dellar. I'm the co-author of the new Outcome series along with Andrew, and I also worked with Andrew on the Innovation series. I'm a teacher and teacher trainer in London and at the University of Westminster, where I've been for the last 13 years, I think. I live in North London with my wife, Lisa, who's originally Chinese-Indonesian, and we have a 7-month-old daughter called Maya. It was a kind of lucky accident, to be honest, for me getting into teaching. I studied English literature for no other reason than the fact that I liked reading books, and I had no real career plan or goal in mind. I was a sort of relatively failed, remotely semi-professional musician for a while, and that all went rather wrong. And I left university and drifted around for a year and a half doing a variety of different menial jobs. And I reached a point where I felt like I needed to go and travel a bit more and see the world a bit more. And a friend of mine who I knew from being in a band had become a teacher and persuaded me that if I became a teacher, I'd be able to travel and go and live in different countries. So this fateful conversation led me to do a 1-month teacher training course, which Cambridge in their wisdom allowed me to then go off and become a teacher on the back of. And I've never looked back since. It's a mixture of finding people endlessly fascinating and finding language endlessly fascinating. I enjoy thinking about language, and I enjoy the questions that students ask about how language works and getting an insight into the way that they're perceiving the language. I find very interesting. I find group dynamics very interesting. I find the things you learn about people very, very interesting, and I've learned a lot and developed a lot as a human being as a result of the contact that I've had with the people that I've been privileged enough to teach. I think level is sometimes an issue. I think probably like all teachers everywhere, I get very mixed level classes sometimes, classes where different students excel in different kind of areas, and you have to kind of manage those conflicts within the classroom. Sometimes I find working out what input is most useful for particular classes quite challenging. Sometimes I find, just managing sort of students' expectations and sometimes having to tell students they're not as good as they think they are can be quite challenging. And also I think, possibly in my context, one of the most challenging things is kind of learner training, really, and teaching, breaking down bad habits that students have developed about learning, which have stopped them actually getting better than they are, and trying to reprogram them or recondition them, if you like, in order to make them better language learners away from the classroom. So changing the way they think about how language works and how learning works can be a real challenge sometimes for some students.